Do you want to have the ultimate control over your life? Welcome to Take Control with Whitney Wells, where we will explore all topics of life that we try and control, what this creates for you, and how to have successful relationships all while empowering yourself. Keep listening and let's have some fun. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 41 of Take Control with Whitney Wells. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. I am recording this the day before, and this is a perfect topic for today, for what I am dealing with today, and I will get into that in a second. Today, the topic we're going to talk about is wanting to protect others from emotional pain. So have you ever seen someone you love in pain and you wanted to fix it? Do you ever want to protect others from experiencing negative feelings? Do you ever want to take away someone's pain or sadness or fear and want to protect your loved ones from experiencing those negative feelings? Do you ever try and control the situation so they won't experience negative feelings? I know that I've done this a lot, many times. So in this episode, we're going to explore why we want to protect our loved ones from experiencing negative feelings. Then we're going to dive into how it's impossible to actually protect them from these negative feelings. And then we're going to go into the benefits of allowing them to experience their negative feelings instead of trying to control the situation and protect them. But let's start off with a personal story. And the reason I am talking about this topic today, the reason I have chosen this topic for this episode. So my son, he's 5, he just turned 6. He is starting in-person school today. He has been doing virtual kindergarten for the past year. So for this entire school year, he's been in virtual kindergarten. And I am with him. I'm able to help him whenever needed. My husband is also home, and when I'm busy with work or appointments, he's able to help him as well. My son has been thriving with the whole learning aspect of virtual kindergarten, and he's very, very comfortable with his entire setup. He has us. He's used to being home. He's comfortable. He knows his own home, right? He's in his own room. He has his own stuff around him. It's a comfortable environment for him. He knows where the bathroom is. He knows that we're there to help him if needed. And he's comfortable with us. We're his parents. So tomorrow, he will be entering a new environment, new people, a new building, a new classroom. He's not used to any of it. And on top of the newness, he's often very shy, or as my friend's mom put it, cautious when first meeting people. And first being introduced to a new setting, to a new environment. So, personally, how I feel, I am scared and nervous and sad, thinking he will be uncomfortable and unsure and scared of what to do or how to get help if he needs it, or all the newness around him. I'm worried he won't speak up and that he will feel alone and scared and worried. Now, a part of me wants to protect him from feeling sad and nervous and uncomfortable and scared, right? All those negative emotions. And a part of me wants to control the situation and shield him from this negativity, from these negative emotions he could experience. The past few days, I have been trying to prepare him for school by talking to him about what to do if he needs help, or to speak up when he needs to use the bathroom. We've practiced what to say, what to do. We've talked about playing with other kids at recess, and if someone isn't nice to him, how to handle it. We've talked about being nice to other kids and listening to adults. We've talked about how I won't be able to walk him into school. I won't be able to walk him to his classroom because of COVID, and also because of the rules that the school has set up. And we'll be able to say goodbye in the car. And then a nice adult is going to walk him to his classroom. Now, while talking to him and preparing him, I believe this is a good thing to do when it's done from love and support and confidence. When it's coming from that place. At times, I have felt myself wanting to control the situation because of my own fear and worry. And I do not believe that preparing from fear and worry is helpful for him or for me. Because ultimately, I can't control the situation. I can't control what he's going to feel. I can't control what will occur. I can't control any of it. He may feel sad. He may feel scared, uncomfortable, and unsure. And a part of me, right, the overly loving mom part of me, wants him never to experience any of these negative emotions, any of these negative feelings. But I know, deep down, I don't really want this. The other part of me does not want this. I want him to have his full human experience. I want him to experience these negative emotions and be able to feel them and allow them and process them. I want him to have his experience as he chooses to. I don't want to take away his experiences, even if this will be uncomfortable and scary for him and uncomfortable and scary for me. So this is what I'm dealing with today. This is my story of wanting to protect my son from experiencing negative emotions. But think of your own experiences. And as I continue, think of how this relates to your life and relationships. Let's explore a bit more. Let's begin with why we want to protect our loved ones from experiencing negative feelings. Now, this is totally normal. We don't want to see the people we love in pain. I don't want to see my son hurt and sad and uncomfortable and scared. We love them, so of course we would like for them to be happy and comfortable. But ultimately, we actually want them to be happy or comfortable and not feeling these negative feelings, because then we think this will make us feel better. You are striving to feel better and create a positive experience for yourself. We think that protecting them from pain and hurt is being altruistic, right? You're thinking of others. I'm thinking of my son. But in reality, it's so you can feel better and have a positive experience of the situation. So you can feel positive about what is occurring. So I can feel good that my son is comfortable. So let's slow this down to see how this is so. Let's take, for example, your loved one is crying and maybe even says, I am so hurt. And you feel, for example, sad. Now let's say the opposite is true, and they are smiling and say words such as, I am so happy, instead of, I am so hurt. So they say, I am so happy, and you feel content and happy. But this is actually what is happening. We often think people's words or actions cause or create our feelings. But in reality, they say words such as, I am so hurt. And before you feel sad, you have a thought, such as, I don't want them to experience this pain, or I feel so bad for them, or I wish I could take their pain away. Something of this sort. And then this thought creates your feeling of sad, for example. Your thought is creating your feeling, not what your loved one is saying or doing. Now, it's the same with the positive example. Your loved one says, I am so happy, and is smiling. And before you feel content or happy, you have a thought, maybe such as, I am so glad that they are happy. Or, I don't have to worry about them. Something like this. And then this thought creates your feeling of content or happy. Your thought is creating your feeling, not what your loved one is saying or doing. So ultimately, we want our loved ones to not experience negative emotions because of how we think it will make us feel. You don't want to feel sad or uncomfortable or worried, so on and so forth. Now, this is normal, and it makes sense until we look at where your feelings are actually coming from. So as we explored, what they say or do can never create your feelings until you have a thought. It's impossible for their words or actions to change your feelings from negative to positive because you are in control of your feelings, not their behavior. Which leads me to how it's impossible to actually protect them from feeling negative feelings. Just as they can't make you feel a feeling, you can't make them feel or not feel a feeling. Now, why? Because you aren't in control of how they feel. Their thoughts create their feelings, just like your thoughts create your feelings. We sometimes believe that we can make others feel happy and comfortable and love and joy, and so on. But in reality, you did or said something, and then they had a thought that created their feeling. So no matter what you do or say, won't make them feel a feeling. You cannot protect them from their negative feelings because you didn't create them. You are not the cause of them. Their thoughts created their feelings. Now, this isn't to say we should all just walk around behaving however we want, and who cares about others, right? Who cares about everyone else? I believe being kind and nice and respectful comes down to behaving in this way simply because we value this. We want to. We believe in this type of existence. It's not to manipulate and control other people's feelings or behaviors, but it's simply because we want to. We believe in it. We value it. Now, lastly, what are the benefits to allowing them to experiencing their negative feelings instead of trying to control the situation to protect them? Why do we want to do this? What are the benefits? Well, we explored how we can't actually control their feelings. But let's look at why it is actually a positive and good thing to allow them to experience these feelings. Experiencing both positive and negative emotions is part of the human experience. Humans experience positive emotions 50% of the time and negative emotions 50% of the time. So if you can step back and remove yourself from the equation of your loved one and let your loved one experience these negative emotions and not attempt to control their feelings. I say letting in quotes because ultimately they're in control of their feelings. You aren't. So if you can step back and let your loved one experience their negative emotions and not attempt to control their feelings, it's actually letting them have their full human experience and not holding them back. Not trying to protect them from the hurt and the pain and the sadness and feeling uncomfortable. And this is actually being loving because you're allowing them to have their full human experience. It's being kind and actually letting them have their full human experience, letting them experience the pain, the sadness, the hurt, the feelings of uncomfortable. You are actually acting in an altruistic way because you are thinking of others. You're thinking of your loved one. You're thinking of them and wanting them to have their full human experience as a whole. And you're not holding them back. Now, this is simply a reframing of why it's beneficial for you and others to allow these negative feelings. But as always, decide what is most beneficial for you. You have the opportunity to decide for yourself how you want to show up. For me, when I think of allowing others, or my son, for example, to be specific, as I pointed out earlier, when I think of allowing others or my son to experience their entire human experience of both positive and negative emotions, when I think of this as a loving and altruistic act, I show up from a place that I like. I show up from love and confidence and support. Instead of trying to control his experience or any of my other loved ones' experiences, I can show up with support and compassion and love, no matter what they are feeling. And I can experience my negative emotions as well, if they occur. I am strong enough to experience the entire human spectrum of emotions, and so are your loved ones. So is my son. And that's what I am thinking about today. He is strong enough to experience all of his emotions, and he will be okay. I'll be there as a supportive mom, an understanding parent, a confident person that he can come to. He will be okay. If you want to take this work further, sign up for a 20-minute free coaching session. I have an incredible program that can transform your relationship. Take it from being frustrated and disconnected to connected and loving and happy and fun. So sign up for that free chat and we can see if you're a good fit. There are limited spots. It is also 100% refundable. And the reason I am doing this is because my main purpose is for you to live the life that you want, for you to have the relationships that you want in your life. So if you don't get anything out of this, which I know you will, but if you don't, I want to give you your money back. So sign up today, reserve your spot, and we can get started. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Do you want to explore these topics further? Are you ready to live the life that you want to live on purpose while controlling what you have control over? I would love to be your life coach. If you're interested, simply head over to whitneywellscoaching.com and book an appointment with me today. I can't wait to work with you.